video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to extract your already designed patterns. If you want to know how to create these patterns from scratch, I have a playlist linked below this video where you can go ahead and actually create your basic torso block. It looks complicated, but really it's not. If you follow my instructions step by step, you'll be able to create this in no time. Just watch the video to create this torso sloper. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can extract these patterns so that you can print it out in a PDF format. You cannot print out patterns like this from Simly 2D. If you're just landing on this video, this is about the fourth video on how to create this kind of patterns on Simly 2D. And if you're not used to CAD pattern drafting or online digital pattern drafting, this may look very confusing for you. That is why I said it is better you go ahead and watch video 1, 2, 3 before you come to this video 4. So in this video 4, we are going to extract our patterns, getting ready to print them out in PDF. So if that is what interests you, then stay tuned and let's just go and start. When you want to extract your patterns on Simly 2D, the very first thing you need to do is to go to the toolbox section, click on this particular one called piece, and then you come to this place that is highlighted with a plus and a pattern sign, and you click on it. Once you click on it, it's activated for you to start your extraction. When you want to extract patterns from Simly 2D, you click the numbers clockwise. I repeat, it's clockwise. Sometimes there will be so many numbers, so don't be confused. In fact, the very first thing you need to do is to identify the numbers you're going to be needing for each of these sections. Identify the numbers and set them aside so that when you're extracting your patterns, you will not make a mistake and click the wrong number or the wrong pattern point. So as I said, we are going to do it clockwise. So we're going to start from the waist here, A60, and I'm going to come to A28. See that it is highlighted. Then when it comes to curve, you click on the curve, and then A45, and then we're going to A76, and then that is A40, the first line. The second line is A43, and then we come here to the neck, and then we click on the curve, and then we come down here to A16, and then A46, A83, A18, A19, A79, A51. Then once you're done and you see that everything has been highlighted in red, we now click on enter. When you click on enter and you see that this OK is highlighted, that means everything was done well. So you just click on OK. So you've extracted this front pattern. So now, where will you find this front pattern? You just come here where you have pattern piece and you click on it, and that is the front pattern. I'd already gone ahead to extract the back pattern. What you'll notice here is that it's only the shoulder that you're able to extract, because if you do not completely enclose it when you're extracting, that's what I've noticed, you will not be able to extract it. So that means we can't have our dart here. That was the problem I had with the back. So what I did was to create the dart separately and extract it. If you can see here, if I just shift here a little bit so that we'll see it well, this is the back part. So if I bring it out, I extracted this and extracted this. That was for me to be able to get my waste that. This was the first extract I did. So this was the second, it's still the back, but it's the second part of it where I can get my center that. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do in the next section of the video. Now we've extracted the first part of the font. Let's extract it again. So extracting the top and the bottom so that we can get this center that. Now to get your different sections, the upper one and the lower one, the very first thing we do is to through the darts up there and through the darts down here. And to do that, we'll come to operations. And this symbol here is what we normally use to throw the dart. If you've been watching the past 3 videos that I've uploaded while we were creating this our torso sloper using Simly 2D free CAD pattern drafting software, I have used this several times. I used it to throw this dart. I used it to throw this dart. So if you watch those videos, you'll be used to it. Now, how do you use it? You click on it. First of all, you highlight the place that the darts are going to be laying on. So that will be A60 to A18. And now you now come to draw the darts. So that will be A80, A84, A81. So you see immediately it chose the darts. So what we are going to do now, if you click out of it, you see that it has clicked out. If you click in again, if you click in again, it shows it. So what I want to do is to find out all the numbers I will need so that I can draw the line of these darts. That's not the one, it should be this one. So it's very important so that you know how you're going to draw it, because that is going to help us to be able to extract the upper part. So now I have that is A89, A90, this one remains A84. So now what I'll do, I'm going to draw the line, just the line from here to here and from here to here. And to do that, you know it's easy. That means we'll be drawing from A60 to A89, and then from A18 to A90, and then from A90 up to here, and then A89 up to here. So I'll quickly do that. 9, A84, and then A84. We'll draw a line again from A84 up to A90, and then we'll draw a line again from A60 up to A89. Then the last line is from A90 up to here. So you see, now we can extract this up one. So we'll do the same method that we used to extract the whole thing. We'll go clockwise. So we'll go to piece, we'll go here, and then we'll start here again. And then we come here. Then we click on the curve, come to A45, come to here, come to here, that, come to 43, come to 34, come to the curve at the neck, 16, 46, this one here, 18, Then we'll come to 90, come to 84, come to 89, and that's it. And then we do a enter and we do OK. And now we go to our piece, and that is the piece right here. So you see, it's quite easy to do. So that's the piece right here. So let me shift this, or I'll just put this on top of this so I'll have space. Shift this one and bring this one here. So I'm going to use the same method to do the bottom. I'm not going to show it since I've already shown you how to do that. We'll do the bottom. And then in the next stage of this video, we are going to just label our patterns, and then I'll show you how to print it out. So first, the very first thing you need to do if you want to label your patterns is to right click. When you have this table out, we go to properties, but first, let's select it. Let's select it. This is the pattern we want to label. And then we'll now right click. And then we'll go to properties. Here you can see properties, path, seam allowance, labels. So what we're interested in is labeling our pattern. So once you click on labels, now here you have two things here. Is either the piece label or pattern label. The piece label is labeling just this piece. Let me see if I can shift this. If you want to label just this piece, which is what we are about to do, that is where we are going to be editing. If you want to label the whole pattern that consists of different pieces, this is the one we are going to go to. But right now, this is the one we want to label. Just to label it so that whenever you're printing it out, you know that this particular pattern is what it is. So once you click on label, here is to actually write how wide do you want your label to be. Here it is 3 centimeters, but me, I want it to be wider than that, so I'll just make it maybe 10 centimeters in width. And I think I'll do the same thing in height. I can just make the height too, maybe 10 centimeters too. The angle will remain 0. So that means it's going to be lying just along the path like so. So once we have done that, we'll now go to edit templates. Now, here is where you're going to add what you want to write on your pattern piece. And to do that, you just go here where you have this green something here and click on it. You've added a space where you want to write. And until, as you can see, that is where it is here. Normally, you can go to here that is, you see insert. You can click there and insert whatever you want to insert. Let's say I want to insert the pattern number. If I want to give the patterns number, maybe I have 3, 4 patterns. Maybe I'll give this one a pattern number. So I can click that and you see pattern number comes. But first, you need to remove that empty. So let me do it again. So we'll remove that empty and then we'll go to insert and then we'll insert pattern number. But because I've not given it a pattern number before, if I do this, it will not write anything. Because once you do this, it's a kind of system. It will extract what is on the pattern. If there was a pattern number, then put it here. But since I did not put pattern number, I would rather just put the number directly here, just to let you know. But if in the beginning, when you're creating your patterns and you put a pattern number, you leave it like that because it will automatically extract it and put it there for you when it is labeling your patterns. I hope it's not confusing. So here, I'll just give it a pattern number. Let me just give it a pattern number 3. Just give it a pattern number 3, you know. And then I'll go another one. I want to insert another one, go there. I will go to insert. And then maybe I'll give it a piece name. What is the name of this, my pattern? I keep making this mistake. I have to remove the empty. Insert. I want to insert a piece name. So what is the name of my pattern? This is the upper part front. I'll just call it upper part front. Front. Okay, then I will put another one, and then maybe let me see what I'm going to call this one. I will call it piece. Let me see, pattern number, size, what, like cut on fold. I think I'll put this, and then I'll put in cut on fold, cut on fold. And then I will add another one, and then maybe I will now see what do I insert here. Then I'll insert, what haven't I inserted? Let me see, I will put in um, quantity. Maybe I'll write there times 2. That means you cut it off fold 2 times. So here I will now put in times 2. Okay, so when I'm okay with that, what you can do, you can decide to save what you've done. Save it, so that you can use it on another pattern. Maybe instead of coming to write all these ones again, you can just change the pattern number, change the name, then leave this cut on fold, maybe leave this times 2. So it depends on you. So you can decide to save it. If you go here to save, import template will overwrite the current. Do you want to override it? Yes. So here you can give it a name. You can give it whatever name you want, and it becomes a template. So maybe I'll call it sample 2. Sample 2 template. Sample 2 label template or something like that. Template label. Okay. Okay. So we have that, and then we'll come here and click on apply and click on OK. And there we have it. You can see it here. If you click on it, you can move it to wherever you want it to be. So that is our label. You've labeled your pattern. Now to remove all these numbers, because we're not going to print with all these numbers, you go right here where you have an eye here and click on it, and all the numbers are off. So you have your labels, you have the numbers completely off. So this can be here. Should be around this side because we are cutting on fold on this side. Now, another thing is I want to show you is that if you're cutting on fold, you know that we don't need a seam allowance here. You want to cut on fold on this side of your pattern. You don't need a seam allowance here, but you probably need a seam allowance on all these other areas, but you don't need it here. So how do you do that? So you just right click, go back, highlight the numbers, because you need these numbers to know where and where to remove your seam allowance. So we just right click on it. We now go to properties, I think. We now go to seam allowance. Now, if you see here where it is written node, let me shift this here. This node shows you all the nodes where you have all the alphabets and their numbers. So we need to remove from A16 to A18. We need to remove all the SIM allowance here because we don't need it. So I'm going to start from A18. So you look for A18 right here. Where is it? Come down, looking for A. So A18. Now, remember we always go clockwise like this. So that means before A18, I do not need SIM allowance. So I will just go to before and then I'll just click here. Remove this current SIM allowance and just put 0 and just do OK. So you see it has removed it. So I'll do the same thing for A83, but remember A83, that will be before A83. So we'll just do the same thing. So that's just how we are going to remove all the SIM allowance from that particular place. So we are looking for A83. We'll now go to A83. So I hope you're beginning to get the picture. So that here is A83. So we come back again because it is before. Remember, it's clockwise. So we come back again and we remove and put 0 and we click on OK. So you see. So that's how you keep removing it. This one will be above too, before and above. You keep removing it like this one now. This A16, that will be after A16. So we'll now go back. So I hope you're beginning to get the picture. So we now look for A16. A16 is here. We're not doing anything before A16. I don't think I need to remove anything before A16. Okay, very little. No, we'll do after A16. So we'll come here to after and then put a 0 there and we click on OK. So this A46, I still need to do something about it. This one will be before and after. A46. Before and after. A46. So let me quickly do that and then we'll get this place straight. And then we'll go straight to printing out our pattern. So the patterns are ready, they have been labeled. Now it is time for you to, download them as PDF patterns in A4 that you can put together and then place it on your material and cut it. What I've discovered with Simly 2D when it comes to printing patterns is that if you go through this route of layout, it is very complicated. And me, I don't like complicated things. So I had to search in the internet to find out a simpler way of printing out your patterns from Simly 2D. And I was able to discover that I can actually get a simpler way. And that is the one I'm going to teach you how to do. I'm not going to bother with taking you through layout. You can try it by yourself and see whether it will work for you with layout. But all I know is that when you get to layout, like let me just click it. If you get to layout, you need to keep checking all this, trial and error. And I did it several times and I just got sick of it. So I don't even bother with that layout matter. I was able to find out a simpler way to do this, and that is what I'm going to show you. My channel is all about showing you how to, transit from manual pattern drafting to digital pattern drafting. It's supposed to make life easy for you, not difficult. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Once you've gotten your patterns here on this pattern piece section, what you should do is just highlight everything. Highlight all your patterns. See, they have been highlighted. Then you come to this place that looks like this square with a little arrow. Just click on it and it opens up this for you. And then click this text as part. And then you come down here. Remember to take that you're exporting it as PDF file. This one, PDF files. Not PDF files PNG. There are two PDFs here. PDF files. That is how you're exporting it. And then you're going to state where you're going to put it. I'm putting it under my downloads. There I'm going to find it. That is where it's going to be. So once you've done that, that is all you need to do. And then you just click on save. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Now, to be able to open this, you need Adobe Acrobat. Adobe Acrobat is a free Adobe. This is Adobe Acrobat. It's quite free. Just download it on your computer. It's free. You don't pay anything for it. You normally use it to read PDFs. So what I will do now, I will just click on it, and then that is my PDF. If you can't find it, just try to remember where you took it to. You can place it on your desktop, you can place it on your downloads, or you can place it in any ordner that you have on your desktop. As long as you know where you put it. Remember, I put my own under my downloads. So I'm finding it under my downloads. So this is what it is. So I'm now going to click on it, and that's it. Very simple. You get your patterns just as it is. If you use that Simly tool, everything will just be upside down. You have to keep trying and trying and trying. But as I said, feel free to try. But this for me was the easiest way to just print. And I like bringing easy things for my audience, things that will not give you headache. So once you've gotten your patterns, now to print it out, you just go to this place, print. And then once you come here, you click on poster and you can see it there. Very simple. It has divided it into the different A4 sections. And this is how it's going to print it for you to put together. And you can see that it has about 20 sheets of it. It's 20 sheets of it. So all you need to do, connect your computer to a printer and it will print it out for you. Now, my computer is in German, but everything here is exactly what you will see with the English format, you know. Once you've connected, like now, I've not connected my printer to it. If I print it to print as a PDF, I've not connected my printer, but this simply means print all. You click on poster, you come here. This is either landscape or the other one, whichever one you want. If you click here, it will change it to this other pattern, anyhow you want it, you know. This one can serve any one you want. Like if I click here, it gives me 20 pages. Let me see. If I click here, it's the same 20 pieces. So it really doesn't matter. 20 pieces of A4 paper. So that's all. That's all you need to do. And once you're done, you click here. This means print. I will just print it and it will bring out my patterns and I can just put it together. See how easy it is. No stress, you know, no stress whatsoever. Now, let me just show a little bit of what I say is stressful when it comes to Simly 2D. If you go to layout now on Simly 2D, if you come here, you need to try to see which of these papers. Let's say if I go to A4 now, it will give me a query. Let me just show it to you. See, it will give me a query. That one of the pattern pieces is bigger than the pages. So you see, the thing gave me so much headache, you know, so much headache. So I was so happy when I was able to find this method to be able to show you how you can print out your pattern in PDF using Adobe Acrobat, which is completely free. If you're enjoying what you're learning, remember to subscribe. And I want to thank you for watching till the end of the video. With this, I've come to the end of this video. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you're going to go ahead and create your patterns. If you have any problems or any comments, drop your comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.